There we go. Rain on the Bravo team. Green team for this game is going to be not Rain. It's going to be TV, and they're going to be running Ohio, Yamato, Goliath, Moskva, Nevsky, Stalingrad, Gearing, Forrest Sherman, and a Marceau. That's a Sherman? Cool.
And Rain bringing St. Vincent, Shikishima, Napoli, Moskva, Nevsky, Stalingrad, Gearing, and Double Kleber. We've seen our first Napoli finally, and the first St. Vincent.
Yeah, and the first Forrest Sherman, which I completely forgot was a ship, to be honest with you. I didn't really expect to be seeing much of it. I mean, it does have that 5-kilometer hydro. The problem is it's really slow and it's got terrible concealment. And it's going to be up against 2 Marceaus. Let me quickly take a look. Sorry, not Marceaus, Klebers. Let me take a look. Are they going to be running leg mod? Hexagen is not.
They are doing the speed boost double Kleber to A strat.
Okay, neither is running leg mod Kleber. Got it. Okay, cool. They're just going full. So
in fact,
interestingly,
looking at this, we have a speed boosting St. Vincent with 2 speed boosting Klebers, a Napoli and a Moskva going A.
Interestingly, Bison's using the Adrenaline Rush Commander, which is Honoho, while Hexagen is using the Survivability Expert Commander, which is Aubignon, which is just a little thing I wanted to point out there. Right, so anyway, initial deployments. Right, there are things happening. Over at the A-Cap, Forrest Sherman, Goliath, Stalingrad. That's a very strange composition. B-Cap, single Marceau. C-Cap, we have Moskva, Ohio, Nevsky, and Gearing. I think Yamato's also heading to A. Where is everything for you?
So, like I said, we've got the double Kleber, St. Vincent, Moskva, Napoli going A. We have a Stalingrad going to park itself to shoot into C. Gearing's going wide, and so is the Nevsky Shikishima. So it looks like Rain are just ignoring B-Cap altogether.
Yeah, which
also,
is
why bring a Shikishima over a Yami?
Personal preference. Understandably. Let's have a look at his build. Let's see if he's running something spicy on it. Is he running? He's running heavy AP Shikishima. I'm not even joking. He's running heavy AP Shikishima. That's the way forward. That's the new meta, boys. Heavy AP Shikishima.
I say this as someone who has been on a COTS team where we ran Shikishima instead, but I had my ass saved by said Shikishima when it one-shot Des Moines. So...
Alright, so we have some initial back and forth going on. Nothing too huge. Goliath Salvo coming in towards the Moskva does absolutely zilch. We do see the Klebers are going to be taking control of this A-Cap relatively quickly. They should be able to get up here and completely zone out that Forrest Sherman and the Goliath before they even get into position. Then they can force the St. Vincent behind the island, and they're going to be nothing available to them. You even have the Napoli to smoke up the Vincent in position if you want to do that. That's also an option when you have the Napoli.
Yeah. I have seen it looks like actually Rain's Moskva has turned around to get B to cover B from the Thunderdome Island. Shots out towards Hexagen's Kleber, which has forced him to abandon the cap. But I've seen, and I'm fairly sure I've experienced the pain of the Kleber comp at A on Sleeping Giant disintegrating the team.
Oh yeah.
I think I've experienced it whilst playing Team League, and I've certainly seen it whilst watching Team League and COTS.
Okay, so St. Vincent have gone kind of broadside of the Goliath, but he just shot HE at him, so it didn't really do much. Long-range salvo from the Ohio came in as well, didn't really get much.
Gearing torps at sea, so Sanchez, the green Gearing is gone.
What?
Yeah, this sheep just killed the green Gearing at sea, which means that smoke screen that the Moskva and Nevsky have is the last one they will get.
Okay, right, well, C's completely won. Yep, I wasn't even watching that side. I alt-tabbed for a second to make sure my stream was working perfectly because, you know, I'm dented, and I just missed a kill. Okay, wonderful. All right, Stalingrad, the farming has begun. Kleber and the Stalingrad, the Kleber on the Stalingrad. Vincent and Napoli going to be getting in on that as well.
Marceau in the mid takes some shots from the Moskva as it tries to get B, and it's not even radared. Oh, it was Stalingrad radar, never mind. So Moskva still has its radar to go.
Wait, what? Stalingrad radar? They're on different teams.
No, there's a Stalingrad for Rain at sea.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah, I'm blind. I'm just looking at the Stalingrad of Wargaming Please Buff the player base and just like watching him get farmed. Yeah. Yeah, it turns out Klebers are really painful.
Yeah, and now there's a Napoli, and there's about to be a St. Vincent.
So that Goliath is so far away. He's not really going to get a very effective firepower onto this Kleber.
Yeah, that Stalingrad is in... Do you know what? I don't envy them.
I also
don't... Not a position I would like to be in.
I don't envy this Forrest Sherman. He's gonna get ran down by that Napoli as soon as that Stalingrad goes down. Like, C-Cap is completely over. So they're rotating everything back over here into a force that's already losing. Like, the Stalingrad's getting farmed out. The Goliath's already kiting the map border. The Forrest Sherman's doing literally nothing where he is right now. He's running his defensive AA. You know, he shot down the Napoli's plane, which is that's something. You know.
The green Moskva at sea is also getting farmed down. It's down to 18,000. It's running its heel. The C-Cap is inevitable at this point. The Shikishima's turned in.
The Sherman's getting caught now. Kleber started on him. God, there's just health bars dying everywhere. It's getting farmed out. This is brutal.
Looks like Green Marceau's diving for the Thunderdome.
Well, what's he going to do when he gets there?
I don't know. Maybe a change of heart is Is the Marceau going to
YOLO the Moskva? No. No.
Are you sure? Because that looks. Oh, and there goes the Shikishima from across the map. Says bye bye Stalingrad.
Yeah, that just for reference, the Shikishima's there. The Moskva's there. There's a lovely little gap in the island that he lobbed, and now this whole flank can advance with no fear of broadsiding that. They're pushing into a Yamato, but the Yamato, like, look at this. The two Clebers have just dived into the Sherman smoke. The Sherman doesn't have Hydra already. Oh, it's not just Clever. It's a Vincent as well.
It's a Saint Vincent.
Surprise,
motherfucker! The worst thing you could ever come across, like coming out of a smoke screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you know what? 2 torp hits in a Sherman in Cots. It might have been at point blank, unmissable, but it's an achievement nonetheless.
Right,
and that moment of indecision with the Marceau at the Thunderdome, I think that was a conversation going on between the Marceau and the caller. You know, do I charge Moskva, do I go Thunderdome? And the shot caller is like, I don't know. Because at this point, it's a bit chaotic for them. And they're collapsing and they've lost C. They have prevented it from being taken, but the Nevsky's about to go down.
C was lost a minute in when there was just the random disappearing, like,
there
gearing.
Goes the Nevsky. Shikishima, Stalingrad taking care of the Nevsky. And the Green Ohio is pushing for the Shikishima. I would imagine that's going to be a ram.
Yamato on Vincent,
a ram attempt.
Nothing. What, the Shiki versus Ohio? Sure, why not? I guess.
You know, if you're the Green Ohio, you need to kill the Shiki without getting rammed.
Or topped by the sheep's gearing, or like.
Yes, but do they go for the ram and just hope that it's enough? You know.
I'm more interested in what's happening with Gangs Vincent right now. Like, we have this Yamato on Vincent action.
You mean the shepherd that's herding its flock to the A-line?
Vincent Salva comes in at the stern of the Goliath.
Vincent nearly disappears. And will go down before the heel is done.
I mean, he got what he needed out of it, so...
Yeah, and one last chunk at the Goliath. Then Napoli will just do the same thing, right? Napoli will just shepherd them to the top.
Well, I'm just looking at Powerpuff's Marceau right now. It is like...
And if it escapes the Clebers, it only gets worse. And the Ohio goes down, and that's it. That's match. They didn't even take the C-Cap.
That was brutal. That was painful. Rain going 1-0 in the series in record time. Right, let me go find StreamerBot. No, it's not StreamerBot. It's the COTS overlays. Right, apply. Yes. Team 1. Yes, apply. So, yes. How do we think that one went, Jirak?
As expected. In all honesty, that was as expected.
Yeah.
Losing a Gearing that early on.
Yeah, that kind of fucked them.
Honestly, it just happens every now and then, right? Every now and then, a destroyer in competitive games is just going to explode at the start when it runs into the other destroyer's torps. That is just the nature of it, and the only ones that have a chance of dodging, or have the most likely chance of dodging, are the Hydro DDs.
Well, so the biggest thing is, like, teams like Rain, they know the torpedo timings. Like, they will know when to launch to hit those timings, to hit when that gearing is. They know what angle to launch torpedoes at. Like, we're assuming that guy's going to engine boost. He's going to be in this position at this time.
Yeah.
Other teams, like, I'm going to throw my torpedos over there. Like,
and I quite often, when I was playing Daring, I have the Hydro, but I don't want to hit it straight away.
Greed. The Hydro greed.
we'd often, we'd be running the same destroyer as the enemy was. So at some point, I would just ask, I would ask the gearing on our team, if it was a gearing against us, whatever. Tell me when your torps are loaded. Like, just tell me when they're loaded, because then I have like 20 seconds until I'm likely to even see any.
Well, the problem with that is it depends on what torpedoes both gearings are running, because you could be running the Fletcher torps or the gearing torps. Both are viable options.
But it's one of those, like, you just, if you already know exactly, or when you expect torps to be loaded, you can use what resources you have around you, and you just, experience comes along, and eventually you just start, all right, well, I should probably run my hydro now, or, oh, I can torp that gap, and I'll probably catch someone running across it, and that is exactly what happened. It looked like the gearing got caught against the island with the torps, so it couldn't even dodge.
Yeah.
It was against the island, so it couldn't turn out to dodge, which is, generally the end of that.
Well, that was like an intentional torpedo position. They know the timings of it. That's what I was saying. Like, which is something you need to be aware of, and he's going to be very aware of how dangerous that crossing is going to be in the future.
Yeah, I say it quite often when I'm streaming normally, is if you're in a DD and you're putting yourself into a position where there's an island that stops you from turning away, you're not in a great place. In fact, you're probably in a place that's going to get you killed. And that's exactly what we've seen here. It couldn't turn out. Whether it would have made a difference or not, we missed it. So we don't know. But it's that kind of, it's not a great position to get caught in.
All right, I'm going to put on the next map intro video for North, and then we can get on into that. But first, I'm going to be dented as fuck. There we go. There's dented. Right, North. Go.
The rocky shores of the North Sea are the setting for a titanic clash of enemy fleets. These tall evergreens and mossy rocks will soon bear witness to the deafening sounds of battle as two teams vie for dominance. This is North. North is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. Cap A on the left is the most open and accessible on the board. There are plenty of ways in and out for destroyers, but there aren't many places for radar cruisers to hide nearby. As the smallest capture area on the board, the most common access to Cap B in the centre comes from due north or south, but there is access via a small channel between the islands on the eastern edge and 2 channels on the western edge. Further to the east, Cap C has a single small island that can provide some cover for ships brave enough to reach it, but there's enough island cover nearby to conceal radar cruisers from multiple directions. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play North.
I did the same thing again, where I like left the scene running. It's fine. I'm back. Don't worry. It happens.
Nice.
No, like,
it's actually, by the way, that Marceau would have been better off rushing the Moskva earlier. But you don't know that when you're making the kills, right?
I need to find
is a wonderful thing.
I need to find a way to actually be able to listen to my goddamn fucking like the map intro videos. Like, I need to figure out how to make that happen so I can listen to it, because I can't hear it. So like when it ends and I've like alt tab to do something, I just forget about it for like a minute. I'm like, yes, you're just listening to silence now. So which one is this? Is it going to be like because if I set the monitoring to it, I'm scared of breaking stuff and like getting double audio, so I'm just not going to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's fine. Look, streaming's
it's something you can only really sort for tomorrow.
Streaming's really complicated.
Yeah.
Alright, so both teams do appear to be ready. So I'll just put R in chat. Yep. Yeah. Me hearties. Right. Did you see which
it looks like Bison approves of your image for me.
Understandable. May not actually be Jirac, yeah. Right, let's get you onto the right scene. Hopefully, I'll have it the right way around. Game scene. Let me just double check. We have Rain on the green team. And Rain's the green on the overlay. Wonderful. And the green team in this game are going to be running Montana, St. Vincent, Des Moines, Moskva, Nevsky, Gearing, Clever, Haragumo. What do you got for the red team?
Red team are running Ohio, Yami, Napoli, Moskva, Nevsky, Girin, Daring, Kleber, Marceau. It's a very destroyer-heavy comp.
Oh yeah, 4DDs.
Straight off the bat.
Both teams 4DDs. I mean, honestly, on this map, you kind of need 4DDs just because like it's so spread out, and you need the spotting for the 10 line, you need the spotting for the 1 line, you need something contest B, you need something contest C. So DD heavy is understandable, yeah.
Looks like we've got a mulligan.
Oh, maybe? What makes you say that? Also, we don't call it mulligans on EU. It's never been called a mulligan on EU. It's a restart. But are you sure? Is anyone calling it?
No, it looks like they've decided it's not. But from the start, there was a couple of shots fired into the water.
Understandable.
Which is it's the global like universal signal for.
We have a restart, but no.
Yeah.
But sometimes
maybe that was just I need to alt tab back to the game. Click, click, click. Oh, I fired my guns.
I have a big button saying camera control instructions. Oh, is this how I control the camera? Wonderful. That's never been there before, but it's like now like clipping through my overlay, and I hate it. Yeah, that's really bad. Okay, initial deployments. Green team going to be sending over the ACAP for rain. We have Gearing, Montana, Nevsky. B-cap completely empty, not interested. C-cap, Moscow, St. Vincent, Des Moines, Kleber, Haragumo, Kleber. Oh, let's go quickly check. Are you running a leg mod Kleber in this game? Once again, he's going to be running the standard build, and Hexagen is also going to be running the standard build. No leg mod Klebers in this game.
So it looks like straight away both teams abandoning B.
Yeah.
The red team are sending Darian Marceau to C. Darian's going for the cap. Marceau's probably going to go wide or sit back and spam. Ohio, Moskva, and Napoli are also going C. Ohio's fired shots at the Montana.
Yeah.
And the Nevsky, Yami, Girin, and Kleber are going A. It looks like is Rain putting a Moskva to cover B? Because that, well, it'll have shots over to A, but it largely doesn't need to be there.
Usually you have this shot. No, you have this so you can march it down this channel at some point if you need to, but you can also run it through B to cap if you need to as well. He also has a nice little radar control over both C, B, and he also has cross shots on the 9-10 line if something wants cross. It's a very powerful Moscow position. I really like it. Also, you can also get salvos onto the bottom of A. So that Moscow position is actually really powerful for all three caps.
It quite often when I've been playing on North from the North spawn, we would put a Des Moines not in that position, but further in towards B, just on the edge of that island, and you just to cover the DD, but you put there, and we did that every now and then, and every time we did it, it was fine. But the Des Moines was always stressed because bow-in shots from overmatching battleships are terrifying.
Yeah. Also, like you could have a St. Vincent just run up the middle of the map.
Yeah. Looks like that's going to go wide though.
Speaking of St. Vincent,
fired between Marceau and Kleber on the 10 line.
St. Vincent took a hit there. I'm trying to figure out where he is. Oh, there he is. Gang. I just saw his health
Ohio. They had a little trade between Gang and the Ohio.
Some Kleber on Marceau action. Yeah, we do see buff the player base down 5,000 health already, 6,000 health already. Health that's not going to come back because Marceau, of course, does not have a heal. Bit of border surfing pro strategy coming out from Bison there. Napoli gonna be just ramming into the friendly Marceau. It's like, get down, Mr. Oh, actually, that might be a problem for him.
Yeah, that's not gone the way anyone would want that to go.
No, well, it might have gone the way that Rain wanted it.
And another hit in the Marceau as a result, and the Napoli has decided to try and fix its mistake.
Moscow Salvo coming in as well to try and get something. He's not really gonna get much there.
So yeah, Darian's coming over to join the fun as well, but the Marceau is really worse for wear after that.
That there needs to be really careful.
Yes.
The mine radar comes out. He's just on the edge of it. Yeah, he's
taking shots at the Des Moines. Not getting much for it though.
Quickly having a look over at the A cap, can't see much. A couple of smoke screens being laid down. That's about it. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing.
Yeah, it's exactly what you expect to see: the smoke screens, Nevskys, and stray torps just strolling across the cap. It's important to note that TB did take the cap, so it is red again. But we did see this last time.
Yeah. So at some point, Tractor's going to realize, oh, I can take B for free. But for now, we see that the Moscow of Dorky is going to be the target of the farming from World Spawn in his Des Moines. We see Gangbang, and his Vince is going to be reversing the hell out of there. Doesn't want to be set in front of the Daring, taking too much farming for now. You can probably rotate the Vincent around. Once you get back behind this corner, you can rotate the Vincent and maybe like go do some pushing or something somewhere.
So the Daring sent a couple of interesting top drops up towards the Kleber. Unfortunately for the Daring, it's left this rather large gap.
Oh, they hit onto the Daring, actually. JCD, they're taking a chunk. I think that must have been from the St. Vincent. I don't see anything else that had
And the
that
Kleber
salvo.
does dodge the Torps after nearly turning into them. That would have been a moment that...
Aragumo on Marceau action.
Caught.
Yeah. Marceau does have the map border he can use to his advantage. Aragumo doesn't have the guns
perfectly.
On. Yeah.
Marceau doesn't lose any health for that, really.
Yeah, but he's still spotted and still caught in the border. He is losing engine power.
It looks like the Napoli's going to rush the Haragumo. We do have a Kleber and B-Cap taking it.
We also have a Kleber and C-Cap taking that, with an Ohio pushing up towards it as well. This thing's happening.
The Ohio play is interesting.
Haragumo, Marceau salvo's coming in on the resets on the Kleber. That's actually, that Bison might be in trouble here.
Yeah, with the Ohio, the Ohio's guns are searching for the Kleber there.
Do they have anything for radar? Was the Moskva's radar ready? It's not ready yet. It's got 2 minutes left.
I think it was the Moskva radar that just gave that yet.
Daring of JCD getting caught here.
And the Ohio is searching for Bison's Kleber because he's within detection range of it. There it is. But he takes the shots at the St. Vincent instead.
Bold choice. Kleber of Powerproof in the middle getting whacked by the Moskva of Tractor, I think.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They needed to take that cap. They needed to get the cap for any form of health trade on that cap. The Ohio was in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I would say that wasn't an ideal place to put your Ohio.
Marceau of Please Buff the player base decided to open up now. The Des Moines and the Vincent are both shooting. I think that Marceau might be in trouble as well. There's a lot of people that are in trouble. Bison's wants to get in trouble. He got spotted by the Daring and now he's getting forced back into the C-Cap. Got reset again. There's a lot of low health chips. Everything's a powder keg over here.
The Ohio's taking the shots at Bison. Gets a little bit. Yami and Monty are about to meet in an honorable 1v1 on the 4 line.
Yeah, that's something as well. Oh, there goes half of the Montana.
But the Montana doesn't care. The Montana's shooting at the Nevsky. I don't want to be that Nevsky.
I don't want to be many of these ships right now. There's like so much stuff. That's a very
lucky Nevsky. I've got to say that is
right,
the kind of luck that I wish I was blessed with.
One of these two is going down. Possibly both.
Nevsky doesn't take a lot of damage again.
I'm watching the Montana Yamato. I don't care about the Nevsky. Drive-by in progress and straight through the cheek. There goes. Yeah. But the return salvo comes in. He loses half his health as well. That might be a dead Montana too. Yeah.
I think Montana goes down to the Torps.
Probably, yes. Right, back over to C. Bison still getting pressured in this cap. Daring's coming up. He's going to be hydering him. And we have the Ohio and Moskva both in position. I think there's currently a Moskva radar
back for B.
That's in front of the other Moskva. And Powerproof, you might be in trouble there. Bison, you might also be in trouble. There's people in trouble everywhere.
Montana escaped the Torps and is alive, by the way.
How? Okay, he's basically dead, though.
Yeah, but basically dead and dead aren't the same thing.
Yeah, there's nothing actually get damage on him.
Yeah, the Gearing isn't going to gunboat 7,000 health Montana in front of a Nevsky Gearing. Well, I would now. The Nevsky radar's up. If I was that Gearing, I would start
just take the shots.
Yeah, and as expected there. The shots are out, but the Montana has HE loaded.
Well, that did surprisingly little.
Yeah, it short stopped most of it, but the Montana is healing now, so the Gearing's plight is all but over.
The Gearing does have a smoke streak and disengage from this, but he's only going to be delaying the inevitable.
Yeah.
I mean, radar's up for another 7 seconds. Does he survive that long?
There was a brief trade between Daring and Bison's Kleber at sea. Bison's Kleber undamaged and Daring losing a lot of health.
All right, Gearing's going to go down, I'm assuming, right? Right?
Yeah, Gearing goes down now, I think.
Yeah, he goes. Okay, back over here with, like, whatever the fuck is happening here. There's a whole thing going on. Wargaming, please buff the player base. Keeps opening up, and I keep thinking he's about to die, and he just keeps not dying because he's in the Marceau. Gearing kills Gearing. Yes, that we knew that. Okay, cool. Right. Okay, so Daring on Kleber action. The Moskva.
Well, it's about to be Daring on Kleber Haragumo St. Vincent action.
There's also like Ohio versus St. Vincent action happening, and just okay. Let's. What's going on, Jack?
So the red team are trying to finish that Montana. It's just it just defied everything up to now. It will probably go down here to the Napoli Moskva Kleber.
The red team are completely surrounded, by the way.
If you're the red Kleber, do you just rush this Moskva now and hope that its first volley doesn't kill you? Well, you've got to, because it's coming for you.
Too late now.
Yeah, you like Powerproof has to get out there and get the torps off, because Moskva is
JCD's caught. JCD's down.
There goes the Daring. Does he get the trade with the Kleber?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Not an ideal trade, but Powerproof he lives.
Drops the torps.
The torps are out, and the citadels are in. That's a dead Moskva, but a dead Kleber. A trade was not what was needed there, unfortunately.
And now we have the Kleber of Hexagen. I'm not sure what he's played. I think he just goes into the cap, right? He doesn't. Does he go dive in the Ohio? Does he catch the retreating Ohio with torps here? He just drops them now.
The torps, but I would wait. I would hold those torps for the Moskva Dorky.
He's dropped them.
One set. Yeah, and you come around the corner and you drop another set for Dorky, and then you turn for your other two.
Yeah.
I would presume.
I mean, I just get the AP on. He's got the broadside Moskva right now.
Yes, and there's the reload booster straight away.
Yep, 10k. 10k dead. And he gets the torps on the Ohio as well.
Yeah. I think, again, this is sort of the direction we expected it to go.
Yeah, it's pretty much
you can't take anything away from TB. It's Rain.
Yeah, Rain, former winners of the King of the Sea, very highly placed in pretty much every season. Strong team. Like, one of the best teams we have in the EU. It's like, what do you expect?
You can't. Honestly, I would say TB have handled it about as well as you could expect.
Yeah. they made things happen. They put ships in places.
Yeah, and their goals for the tournament are have fun, kick butt, and I don't think they've done a King of the Sea before as a team.
Well, Sheep is now deciding he wants to honorably YOLO. Is he going for the ram?
I would.
Assert dominance?
No, that's torps. Unfortunate. I would have loved to see a ram.
I would have also loved to see the dominance asserting ram, but unfortunately, we're not going to get that. Congratulations, Rain. They're going to go 2-0 in the series. Commiserations to their opponents' TV. They will be knocked out of today and will have to compete tomorrow in the losers bracket to try and get their place back in the tournament. Right. Thinking. Sorry, I'm just trying to think. What do I need to do right now? Oh, we need to go see